think there are four types of people that I've seen while coaching others. Let me know if you think you fall into one of these categories. The first is going to be the person that is content with their 9 to 5. They have no desire whatsoever to start their own business. They are 100% fine working for someone else. They enjoy it. They're a professional. They have a trade. Awesome. And then there's the entrepreneur. That's someone who really does want more out of life than their current situation. They've researched a million things, but they've never pulled the trigger. Out of the 20,000 or so people who have taken a masterclass from me, I would say that the vast majority are in this bucket. And then you have the serial entrepreneur, and that's not as glamorous as it sounds. And I can say that I fell into this bucket for a long time. These are people who jump from idea to idea, and they lack a laser focus that's required to be very successful. This type of person will typically take a class, get excited about it, maybe even set up an account, maybe start researching a product. They are so excited that they often don't take the time to go deep into the knowledge or into the learning. They will assume that they already know it, or that it's simple, or they'll figure it out later, or they can hire someone else to do it. And they skip a lot of steps. And by doing that, they often self-sabotage themselves. And when they have any type of adversity, they move on to the next thing. They don't stick with it and learn from the failures. The fourth, I would say, is going to be the venture capitalist. That's someone who made some amount of wealth by becoming an expert, by really diving into their field and being open to learning, have mentors, understanding how to scale, and generally are entrepreneurs that have walked the process of starting and exiting at least one business, possibly more. And because of that history, they start to look for other people to invest in. Now, what's interesting is that I think that the venture capitalists also fall into a couple different fields. The most successful ones are going to be the ones that ask the question, what can go right? Not what can go wrong. They know what can go wrong. They've failed many times, usually up until that point. They've invested in many companies that have failed. They kind of know what boxes to check that reduce the chances of success, but they know it's a numbers game, and the majority of the investments they make are going to fail. Just like the majority of the products that we launch are going to fail. We're not going to reorder them. And yet they still continue to do it. And that's because they ask themselves that question: what can go right? If I do this, if I invest the time to develop this product, to learn how SEO on Amazon works, to design it, to customize it, to figure out the supply chain and logistics, and then figure out how to run effective marketing and PPC on Amazon in order to push keyword ranks and make my business profitable. What is the upside there? That's going to be the attitude that you need to go from entrepreneur to actually a successful entrepreneur. It's a mindset shift. It's one that sometimes you just need the right checklist, the right SOP, the right amount of data to make you feel comfortable pulling the trigger. I'm that way. I don't like to invest in a product unless I look at a lot of data, which is why most of our products are more successful and most of our students are more successful than any other course out there. And that's why we created Data Dive, because I need data to make a decision for me, right? I don't want to use my opinion on it. But once you pull the trigger, you need to be asking yourself, what is the upside of that? In entrepreneurship or when you're starting a business, they'll call it total addressable market, or TAM. With Amazon, you have the same thing. You have the total search volume of that product across all the keywords people use to search for that product. You have the incumbents and the best sellers, the ones that are currently out there. And you can usually figure out with some amount of accuracy what the likelihood of success is. and then what the upside could be if everything goes right. If you do manage to start ranking for those generic keywords, if your design is converting significantly better than your competitors, like it did when you tested it before you even ordered it. If you added the features and you made sure to avoid the problems because you used AI to read all the reviews like we help you do now, like then you really can feel comfortable to move forward with the design of that product and ask yourself what can go right. Order enough units, make sure you don't run out of stock, because that's something that can go wrong that you want to avoid, and then pull the trigger. This business is solved. I've said it many times. It's solved. It's hard, but it's solved. So hopefully you're ready to move forward and just keep repeating the process. Find a good product, develop it, get some samples, get it launched, and keep doing that over and over again. We're currently at over 400 products and on pace for over 30 million this year. And we're 7 years in from private label. This is our 7th year doing this business and almost doubling year over year, except for last year. We went from 12 to 22, and this year we'll go from 22 to maybe 32, right? So it's been an incredible journey, and I hope to be able to continue to share with you what makes us successful as sellers so that you can implement those things in your business. Just wanted to share some thoughts today, and I hope it helps.